Hello gamers, Jamarcus here with week 4 of middleweight MDC. We're facing Spoods, and we gotta win this one. We're 1 and 2 right now, so going 1 and 3 would be bad. Would put us in a pretty bad spot for making playoffs. We'd have to almost win out the last 4 weeks, so we're really hoping to win this one. We're facing a pretty hyper offensive team. Spectre, Blaziken backs, all really potent sweepers and snowballers that I've got to watch out for. So I need some anti-sweep potential on my team for sure. Good defensive backbone too in Glow-King, Lando, Rotom Wash, and I don't really switch into Porygon Z with Terra either. Unironically, more Pico's a bit of a threat with Terra Fairy. Um, After a speed boost, its coverage with Terra Blast Fairy hits my team pretty hard. Tusk, like, walls the dual stab, of course, but Terra Fairy, not so much. What did I cook up for this game? Fizdef Klefki with Magnet Rise, pretty solid check into backs. Not a whole lot I can do. I can just foul play and do some pretty good damage to them. Foul play also hits Spectra super effectively. It does like 30%, which is nothing crazy, but I'll take it. Burn a Culper Berry, maybe. And then Blaziken resists it, but it's still decent and does decent damage to Lando too. So Foul Play is my only attack I'm fine with here. I have T-Wave because Prankster T-Wave kind of helps stop the sweepers, which is nice. And then Spikes because they're Spikes, and their team's really Spikes weak. The top 4 really don't like them. Lando and Rotom are immune, of course, but getting extra chip on the top 4 is really nice. That's Klefki. Next up, Ninetales. Boring set. Max speed, max HP. Max speed outspeeds like their whole team except for Spectre, which is cool. Weather Ball does decent damage. Like an Encore, again helps against the sweepers. Baton Pass to pivot out and Healing Wish to pivot out. Next up, Moon. They have no Dragon Resist. They have no Steel type, and their Fairy types are just Terra Captains. So if I play around that, this thing can kind of get a kill every time it comes out, unless there's like Max Fizdef Lando. Gotta watch out for Colbur Berry Spectre, which I'm expecting. I also need to watch out for Scarf Spectre, because Moon's my only Ghost Resist. I'm not very ingredient. So Scarf Spectre, if Moon's dead, can kind of clean up. I do have Prankster T-Wave, which helps against that, but you just gotta be careful. Just double Dragon move. If I don't want to lock into Outrage, I have Dragon Claw. Like, mostly because if there's a Terra Captain on the board still, or alive still, I don't want to lock into Outrage. Because if I click Outrage and I kill Glow-King, okay, sure, good. But then they bring in Terra Fairy, Porygon, I click Agility, and I lose the game. So, you gotta watch out for that. That's why I'm Dragon Claw and Outrage. Knockoff is there. Revenge kills the Spectre and Glow-King. And then U-turn to pivot around if I think they're gonna switch. Next up, Speed Booster Wake. I don't need all this speed, but if I go less speed, it means I get less special attack too. So I didn't want to do that. So I'm running max speed despite not needing it. I only need like 212 EVs or whatever it is. Hydro Steam hits the team pretty hard. Dragon Pulse and Draco, and then Knockoff. I didn't think I really needed another move, so I ran double Dragon move, and I have Knockoff because it's decent into like AV Slowking, which I expect because AV Slowking is really good into Wake and Venusaur. Speaking of Venusaur, Cuss Tap Endure. There's a lot of sweepers, so I wanted this. I wanted the Endure Cuss Tap on somebody, and it ended up being on Venusaur. So I'm Growth if I need it. I can sweep for sure. If I get a Growth off, it might just be game over. Terrifier Weather Ball does a lot of damage. And I have Giga Drain as well with Endure Cuss Tap. In case Spectre is getting out of hand, I can Endure on it. And what's it called? Get the priority Giga Drain off. Or if Sun's up, I mean it'd be faster to just Weather Ball them, but in case they're Agility, which is again another set I need to be careful of on Spectre. Weather Ball's there too. Oh, Endure Cuss Tap, Weather Ball. Last up, Mew. I didn't know what last mon I wanted, so I threw on Expert Belt Mew lead. Plan is just to lead this thing and get off some big damage. 4 attacks, hit most of the team super effectively. I really wanted Leaf Storm for Rotom Wash, but I couldn't quite fit it. I wanted Ice Beam for Lando. Knockoff is generally good, but also just hits Spectre and Glow-King pretty hard. Psychic Fangs is nice for Blaziken. And Close Combat is nice for backs, and to a lesser extent, the Terra Captains, but I do expect them to be Terra Fairy if they do show up. What do I expect to see? Top 4, probably Terra Fairy, Porygon, and then either one of Lando or Rotom Wash. And we do see pretty much that. We see the Porygon, we see the Rotom Wash, no Lando, which means I'm never clicking Ice Beam this game. Wishing I had Leaf Storm at this point, but it's alright. I'll need Mew trying to get damage off. Porygon leads. I was really scared of Terra Fairy this turn, which made me want to just mid-ground and click Psychic Fangs. Or Knock Off. But I thought, you know what? I don't die if they're like Scarf Terra Normal, which looks great into my team. I don't die to that, and I can just kill them with close combat. Or they can switch, which they don't really switch into this well. Anything they go into, I'm just knocking off the next turn. Although, like Spectre doesn't kill me from full with Shadow Ball, and then Slowking I'd be faster than, and nothing else wants to take close combat really. I guess we Rotom Wash and take it, but it gets knocked off. So I click close combat this turn, hoping they're not Terra Fairy, or they don't click it here at least. They Terra Normal, they are Scarf, they try attack, they don't get a status, which is nice, and I just kill them, turn 1. Best case scenario, Porygon's dead. That means their Scarfer's dead, which means I don't think they're Scarf Spectre. I don't think you'd bring 2 Scarfers. Although, I consistently do that in my draft games, so I should think that way maybe. Rotom Wash comes in, that's fine. I'm just gonna get a knockoff as they kill me. I get a crit, extra damage, I'll take it. They're light clay though, which means they're screens. But I have Psychic Fangs, which is like best case scenario, which means I can break the screen as they kill me. So I have momentum now. I bring in my Roaring Moon, and I've gotten like basically 2 kills. This is a fantastic start for me. I bring in Roaring Moon. I brought this thing in like after like 2 minutes of thinking, because I thought, okay, I can click kill this with knockoff, easy. But then Blaziken comes in. Like either they're gonna sack Rotom Wash or just die, or they're Colper. They chili out, or like Thunder Wave me, which would be bad. So if I knock off this turn and kill Rotom, then Blaziken comes in, and a really awkward spot for me. I have Prankster T-Wave, but they're gonna have enough speed at some point anyways, with Speed Boost. I can go Ninetales and try and Encore them. Wake doesn't live a hit as long as they don't get a Swords Dance, but if their Life Orb close combat can just kill. So I don't end up clicking Knock Off this turn. I click Outrage, because their Terra Fairy Mon is dead. They have no resist to this, guaranteed. It'll 2-hit KO Slowking, even if they're max Fizdef, which I'm expecting Split F or AV here. And it doesn't allow Blaziken to come in and start Swords Dancing, which is what I valued most. So I Outrage, really hoping they're not Thunder Wave here. They are max Fizdef, that's fine. They're Trick Room, but they're not offensive because they're max Fizdef. So I know they can't really do that much damage to me. If they're Focus Blast or something, that's fine. This thing does not get a Fairy move. So I can just click this again. If they want to chili out, they're going to be faster than me, which means I get a hit on something coming in. They Brick Break though, that's fine. And Outrage just kills them. That's good. And really important here, I get the 2-turn Outrage. If I got the 3-turn, I would have been locked in on this back and they could have just killed me, because I can't switch out. But I get the 2-turn, which means I can just switch to Klefki, which is fantastic. If they're like Adamant, Banded, Earthquake, I think it's a roll to kill me. But I have no other play. I have no Earthquake switching at this point. I brought no ground resist. So I go into Klefki as a Swords Dance. That's totally fine with me. That means they're taking extra damage from Foul Play. I can just click, what's it called? What is it called? I can click Magnet Rise here just in case they're Earthquaking me, because Foul Play won't kill them. But if I Magnet Rise, I can take any hits they're going for and 2-hit KO them. So I Magnet Rise. As they go for sub, that's fine. They really can't touch me at this point. I can just Foul Play twice. They SD again, that's fine. And then Trick Room ends, and I end up being faster than them, telling me they were mid-speed backs on our Trick Room. So Klefki gets out of this without taking any damage, which is incredible. In comes Blaziken. I'm just gonna T-Wave this. Their Lumberry, pretty bad for me, and Flare Blitz kills me. Okay, so they take a lot of recoil, that's good, but they're no longer paralyzed when they get their speed boost, and they're faster than everything except Scarf Moon here. I need the Sun Up for Wake and Venusaur to be faster, but at that point, Blaziken's gonna outspeed. So I was close to going into Roaring Moon here to Revenge Kill. But if I do that and they're Protect, I pretty much sack a Pokemon for no reason. So I go into Walking Wake instead. I figured I could also go Ninetales, live a hit, and Encore them. But Wake just lives any hit from this and kills it, so I thought that was my best play. They Protect, so very good I didn't go into Roaring Moon to Revenge Kill them. And I can just click Hydro Steam again here. Unfortunately, I'm Life Orb. I really didn't need to be, but I thought I needed the damage output for Slowking, but it's already dead, so. Down goes Blaziken. I still live another Life Orb hit, which is nice. In comes Spectrier. I gotta be careful with this thing. If they sub up, I don't want to start spamming Draco because then I'm not doing enough damage afterwards. So I was in between clicking Hydro Steam and Knock Off this turn. I was definitely staying in to do damage, that's for sure. I thought maybe I can go Ninetales. It does live 2 Shadow Balls as long as they're not Specs, but if they are Specs, Roaring Moon just comes in and knocks off twice and wins the game. So I'm not too worried about Spectre at this point. And if I go Ninetales, then everything's faster than it. If it's Scarf, I need to be careful. It'll never really get enough boosts to kill Roaring Moon in one. So Scarf Spectre can't really beat me. So I was thinking, what Spectre could beat me at this point? I thought Agility. If they get an Agility up, Draining Kiss, depending on their set, will kill a Roaring Moon. I think it actually just does kill Roaring Moon. Ninetales can't Encore them because it'll just be faster and Shadow Ball me. Then I Encore them to Shadow Ball, which maybe helps me and I can go Roaring Moon, but not great. So I attack them here. I figure I do enough damage to them to put them in range of Weather Ball from Ninetales, and there's nothing they have that can kill Ninetales. Unless they Nasty Plot here. But if they're Nasty Plot, that means they're not getting Agility up, which means Moon can Revenge Kill them. All this to say I click Hydro Steam here. Dragon Pulse, I lied. I meant Dragon Pulse, because it does more damage than Hydro Steam. I take another Life Orb hit, and I just sack at this point. Same scenario. They're forced to kill me. They can't really click either setup option. They Draining Kiss, that's fine. And they reveal Life Orb, which means I can just go into Roaring Moon and kill them with Knockoff. And we take the win. So that puts us at 2-2. Very necessary win. We have positive differential, but not by that much. So it would be nice to win the next few weeks, just to guarantee playoffs early. I don't know if I like Sun, if I'm being honest. We're 4 weeks in, halfway through the regular season, and I'm not digging it. Maybe it's the team, but I feel like it's a really good Sun team. Like Enam and Mew are kind of just thrown on there. Maybe having more defensive mons and like a slow pivot would be good. Like a Slowking maybe would be nice. But I can't really bring Chilly Reception, so not exactly a great slow pivot for this team. Loving Klefki. Super great utility mon. It's come to 2 games, and although it lost the first game it came to, it was the reason I didn't lose sooner in week 1. And it was fantastic this game. Killed Bax and revealed Lumberry on Blaziken. Mew was also fantastic. Great lead with Mew. Really lucky that they ended up being Scarf Terra Normal and not like Terra Fairy Agility, which, looking back, if I close combat into that as I click Agility, doesn't look great for me. Like, Moon would die to Terra Blast, but like Ninetales can live a hit, and Encore maybe, but it's not great. So really lucky. My opponent ended up bringing Terra Normal, Scarf. If they were Specs, I would have just been faster. And then I got a crit here too, which didn't end up mattering. They would have died to the Dragon Pulse later on anyways, but his Outrage play I think was good. Had I knocked off, could have been a very different game. And then the late game with Spectre staying in to attack that thing, I think was always the right play as well. GG Spoods, and thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye bye.